Hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk HP Lovecraft. If you've not yet subscribed to our channel, please take a moment to do that now. Alright, so we have come down to the very end of all of the stories by HP Lovecraft, as far as I know. Today's story is The Mysterious Ship, written by Lovecraft as a child in 1902, and if my computer comes back on, it was published for the first time in 1959 in The Shuttered Room and Other Pieces. The Lovecraft wiki describes it as an unfinished story, but the Lovecraft archive actually shows a short version and a long version. For today's purposes, I read the short version. And like the previous story that we read, this one is divided into short chapters, which are effectively only a paragraph in length. This one has 9 paragraphs and is about a report from the Royal Press in 1902. It says that a mysterious pirate ship has been appearing at various ports, and each time that it appears, a fight ensues, and in the fray, they discover that somebody is missing from the town. A 500-pound reward is placed on the ship and anyone who can track it down. Just then, a submarine washes up on a beach in Florida. From the sub, they discover that the pirates have a secret hideout in the North Pole, and that they had been using the attacks as a diversion in order to sneak in with the submarine and abduct people. They get to the North Pole. They find a hut that has most of the missing people. They rescue them. The last man in the group who is missing is discovered aboard the pirate ship, which they take over. Everyone is treated royally after their recovery. One is made the captain of the ship, and another becomes the king of Madagascar, of all places. The end. All right, so of the 4 juvenile stories of Lovecraft that I've read, this is the worst. And I'm not being mean here. He was, in fact, a child at 8 or 10 years old at the time, so you expect this from the child. The title, Mysterious Ship, sounds very Lovecraftian, but of course, there's no really other Lovecraftian elements here. It's not horror. It's not cosmic horror. There's none of that. No impending dread. I did think that the idea that there was an inhabitable zone at the North Pole, not covered in snow, to be kind of Lovecraftian, I guess, in a way, reminds me a little bit of at the Mountains of Madness at the South Pole, where they find aliens living. But, you know, unless you are a Lovecraft completist or a scholar, such as myself, you probably don't need to read this story. But if you want to read it, I'll drop the link in the description below, because you can read it online for free. Take you about 2 minutes. And there you have it, 105 reviews. As far as I know, that is all of the prose written by Lovecraft, or arguably written by Lovecraft, revised, co-written, all the various tenuously connected Lovecraft stories. I've read them all here. It's taken a long time to track them all down, but I've done it. His poetry is still out there. I may come back to the poetry at some point in the future. But for now, I'm going to switch gears back to Ray Bradbury, who I've already reviewed 200 stories by. He reportedly had 600 stories published in his career, so it's going to take a while to track all of them down. But in a few days, we'll be looking at From the Dust Returned by Ray Bradbury, which is a fix-up novel containing about a dozen or more short stories. Some of them published at various other points. Some of them were new for the volume when it came out in 2001. But it's going to be fun to get back into his sort of easy-breezy, light-flowing, lyrical prose, to get away from sort of the bleakness of Lovecraft for just a little bit. So I hope that you will switch on over to the Bradbury playlist and follow me along there. But in the meantime, please subscribe, and we will see you again later.